guys, Madam Roy back again with another vlog video. If you can't tell already, I am in the trailer and I want to show you guys what we've been up to. Mom and I have been trying to do some research on these recliners to see if they're indeed real leather or pleather, so we could do some cleaning, but we still couldn't really find too much out. But before Dad finishes, I want to show you what he's doing with the rear AC. So I'm going to bring you outside and show you what's been going on. I want to show you guys what Dad's been up to here. He just put the vent in for that portable air conditioning, and it actually looks really, really good. This is the actual outside vent for it. If you pull this up, you can see that this is actually going to louver out when the air conditioning is on. I got to be careful because I don't think he's actually screwed anything in yet, but you want to explain to them exactly how you did this?
Really good.
It takes a while to explain it, but I basically cut a hole to put this in. I'm going to cut this to size. I don't want it in any more than I have to. The tubing goes over this. That's the outlet for the AC.
And you can see if I go in here, this will go right into the actual trailer itself. So you can see there's foam in between here. And he had to make a couple of slits, but that's okay because all this is going to be covered by the vent itself. Now I'm going to go in and show you guys what it looks like from the inside. All right, so coming in here, show you guys what it looks like here. You can see right down there, he actually had to cut through a support. You can see this little rounded thing here. This was actually one of the body mounts, but it's okay because there's plenty of them there. And once this is all together, it's actually going to be able to support the wall just fine. So basically what he's going to do is you run that mesh through here, and then the AC unit is going to sit right in front of here. We decided not to take this out, basically because we don't need to. It'll actually fit just fine right here, and it'll give the good amount of AC in here because as I've stated before, the main problem with this room is there's only one AC vent, and it's fairly strong, but it's not quite strong enough to keep this room at a nice, comfortable temperature for sleeping. So I think Dad's really happy about that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gonna have a good, cool AC on those hot nights.
Instead of the hottest room, it'd be the coolest room.
There you go, absolutely. So I'm gonna let him finish up working, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Talk to him a little bit. I'm gonna go into the bathroom. I want to show you an idea that we had, because we didn't realize this at first, but other than this one little round hand towel rack, there's no other places here to really put your towels. I mean, what we're planning on doing is going ahead and putting something here. You can actually see that the previous owner, I think, did have some type of towel rack here, because you can see the little marks left on the door. It's probably something with adhesive in it. And I think we're probably going to have to do that again. So put maybe like one end here, one end here, and I'll have like a 3-tier towel rack. That way 3 of us can have our towels, reuse them when we're in the trailer, because of course, you know, when you're in a trailer, you don't want to have to constantly be doing laundry. And if we don't have a towel rack, pretty much every time we take a shower, we're going to need to go ahead and wash the towels. Another thing we might be able to do is go ahead and put one towel rack here, one on the door, and then one here. We just got to kind of see how well that's going to work. I haven't actually tested this yet. Let me see. Oh, that's right. This is actually controlled by the light outside. But I mean, other than that, we really haven't done too much in here. The water does work, but we haven't actually hooked it up yet. The pump's been staying off. And one thing I'm a little concerned about, you can see that the power coming in here is very weak. So we may have to get another main line coming in. I don't know if it's a problem with the actual breaker in here, or if it's just there's not enough juice coming through the main line hooked into the garage. So I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. We'll see what else the day brings. Check this out, guys. LT is so funny when she eats. She eats dry food, but she has to take a piece with her paw and put it on the floor and eat. She doesn't like eating it out of the bowl. Good girl. I gotta see if she'll do it again. Oh, here she goes, here she goes, here she goes. Yeah. Pull that out, LT. Oh my gosh, she is such a riot, this cat. That's how she does. She's at one piece at a time. Yeah, she ate that. Now she's gonna look at me. Hi, baby. She'll look at me for a few seconds, and will she go back for another one? Gonna go eat some more, baby? Gotta stay quiet. Good girl. Gonna eat some more sweets? Psst, 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 psst. I think she had enough. That is so funny. I've seen her do that before, but I've never been able to get her on camera doing that. She's just sitting there right now staring at me. She knows, even with the cell phone, she knows when she's being filmed, and she won't do anything cute. I'm lucky I got that one out of her, but I don't know what it is with her. She seems to do that. She'll actually paw it out and put it on the floor. And then in her water bowl, she'll actually wash her paws off. Like in the morning, if I go look at her water bowl, I'll actually find pieces of the dry food that have been congealed and basically just encrusted on top of the bowl. And I don't know why she does that. I mean, it's just something that she did. It used to drive Simon crazy because he'd be waiting to get a nice, clean drink of water and be filled with kitty litter, dry food, and all this other stuff. And that's why we had to replace the water every day, because she's such a mess with it. She thinks the water bowl is her personal foot bath. Don't you, crazy kitty? Yeah, she's just sitting there now. Well, I'm not sure what else we're going to get to today. It is really hot. It's 105-degree heat index. It's supposed to get up to 110 in the next hour or so. So I don't think we're going to be doing too much outside. This is going to be pretty much an inside day. So we'll see what else happens. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Guys, you're probably wondering, for the last video I did, which is the tribute to Simon, what camcorder I was using. And I've gotten a few questions about that. Well, I don't know why. Because it's my favorite, I decided to film that video with none other than the Sony DCR TRV-280, my digital 8mm camcorder. I don't really use this too much anymore, mainly because of the quality. Don't get me wrong, this is a great camcorder, and it definitely has its uses, especially with the infrared, which is right there. It has the night shot mode, which I can shoot in almost pitch black with this thing, but it is kind of antiquated right now. This is 10 years old, and even though I upconvert it to 720p high definition, it still doesn't look nearly as good as, say, this, which I'm filming with now. This is my Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, so you're not going to see a lot of videos filmed with that camcorder anymore, but I will use it on occasion because, once again, for really, really dark areas, nothing beats it. Even my new Canon Vixia, which I haven't really used as much as I would have liked to, I still have it, and I'm going to be using that in the future as well. Even with the LED light, the Sony DCR TRV-280 just does a lot better in low light situations, which I'm not really surprised. Things, even 10, 15 years ago were made a lot better. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've been very, very disappointed with that Canon Vixia. I heard so many good things about it, and it's really not the greatest camcorder. It does really well outdoors in high light situation, but in something like this, in a low light environment, there's a lot of graininess. And that's why I've been using the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge for filming most of the vlogs, because it's just better. I mean, I really don't notice any graininess with this, though I'll be honest with you, I have actually worn out one of the micro SD cards already. That's right, guys. I had to replace 2 days ago. The card was still readable. I was able to get all the pictures and everything off of it, but you can't write to the card anymore, so I must have used up all the SD card's write cycles, because it just would not accept any new information. Matter of fact, I couldn't delete anything either. I tried deleting the footage I took from the day before. Every time I would delete it, it would just show right back up. So you couldn't basically write anything to it. You couldn't delete anything, but you could still read the information that was on there. So basically what I did is I put that card in my Acer Iconia 8-inch tablet, because I really don't need to write anything to it. It has a lot of my pictures on it. I can see the picture, has all my music on it, so it worked out nicely there. But I think eventually I'm definitely going to replace that. They're so cheap now. I mean, these were just SanDisk Ultra UH1s, I think. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, these were Class 10 cards, and they were like $14.99. I mean, they're just cheap as chips, and they work fine. I mean, I'm using basically the same card to record this, and no lags, no real artifact or anything like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, I got a few things I got to do today as well. I do have to run out to Aldi, and I do. Oh, it's so funny. I had a couple of people that commented to the video I did when Mom and I went in there for the first time. The fact that I called it Aldi's, it drove them crazy, because yes, officially the name of the store is Aldi, no plural. But you know what, guys? I understand you want to correct it, but if you're going to be condescending about it, I'm not going to listen to you, because I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. I can't pronounce everything perfectly the first time, but just to let you guys know for the future, it is pronounced Aldi. Well, we'll see what else the day brings. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, guys. So I thought I'd give you a close look at one of these computers that I got the other day. I wanted to show you one other thing. I know for those of you that saw my vlog the other day, you probably have seen most of this, but there is something kind of unique about this. Let me show you what we got here. This has in it something called the CRU data part. I think it says part. Yeah, data part. Basically what this is a external to internal hard drive enclosure. Now, these are nice because when you use this in a business environment, this allows you to use not only different hard drives in one computer, but let's say you are a high-level, let's just say you're a CEO, and you're using this computer, and you have really sensitive information in here. Well, let's say you're going away on vacation. You can literally unkey that, pull this out, and basically take it with you. That way you are assured that your data is not going to be compromised. And we used to use these a lot in when I was in college. Each of us was issued one of these hard drive bay enclosures. And basically what we do is when we went in that day for school, we'd bring it with us with the key, put it in there, turn it, and then boot the computer up. Now, I have noticed one kind of oddity with this computer, and I think it's probably not the computer, but more of the monitor that I'm using. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Basically, I have this set up in a dual monitor setup. This one is hooked up using DVI, this one hooked up using VGA. Now, if I turn this monitor on now, 9 times out of 10, once the computer fully boots up, this monitor will not work. I have it set up right now to where it extends the display. So the main display is on this monitor, and the secondary display is on here. Basically, that just means you can have multiple windows open. And as you can see, it's working now. Let's see if it makes a liar out of me. Will it do it? Will it do it? Okay. Yeah, this is what it does. If I boot it up with the secondary monitor on, nothing will show up. So what I actually have to do is turn it back off and then back on again, and then it should go ahead and initialize and show the display. There we go. I think this has to do with the fact that this is actually technically a TV, not just a monitor, and I think that it can't get the refresh rate just right. A lot of times the TVs, even though they say they're 60 hertz, actually run at 59 hertz, whereas monitors are always running at 60 hertz. So that one little hertz difference, I think, makes it where this monitor will not engage until the computer is fully booted up and the video card is totally initialized. But once that's done, I mean, everything works fine. And as I've stated before, I love having the dual monitor set up, because you can literally have 2 different screens open at once. So let's say I open up the browser here and I want to go check, I don't know, let's just go to msn.com. I want to read some news. So let's say I want to read the news, and then I said, oh, wait a minute, I need to go ahead and send out an email. Well, I can open up a new tab here and go ahead and drag it over to this monitor, and then I can open up, let's just say Hotmail. I don't actually have a Hotmail account, so I won't be able to log in, but you'll get the idea. So basically, I could be sending an email here, and in this monitor, I could be reading the news at the same time. And I am selling this computer. I actually have 2 of these that are identical systems. They're both, I'll show you guys the specs one more time. And unfortunately, I'm not going to ship these. So if any of you guys are interested, it has to be somebody that lives fairly local to me and is able to pick it up. But showing you the specs, they're Core 2 Duos. E8400s running at 3 gigahertz per core. Got 8 gigabytes of memory. And they are running Windows 10 Pro, and that is a genuine version because these had Windows 7 Pro to start with. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the video card. The video card is nothing crazy. It's actually an ATI Radeon HD 4500 series. So they're 512 megabytes of dedicated memory, but it shares some system memory, so actually you get over 4 gigabytes total when you add in the shared memory. So once again, these are not going to be crazy gaming systems, but for internet use, you know, watching HD videos. As a matter of fact, I did a test with this and I was able to watch multiple HD streams on this with no problem. So if any of you guys are interested, I'm selling the whole shebang here for $200, and just go ahead and send me a personal message. But once again, you guys have to be local because I do not want to ship this. This is just way too much stuff to box up and send out. I did that one time through UPS and I packed it really nicely and it still wound up getting damaged. So unfortunately local only, but those of you that are local, if you're looking for a really good desktop with dual monitor setup, this is definitely worth it. And as you guys know, I support everything that I sell. I'm back in the trailer, and as you can see, we finally got this pipe through. That was kind of a pain in the butt, huh? They were working on it for a couple hours, but looks like we're in the home stretch here. We're gonna have the should have the AC in tonight, right?
Yeah, a few minutes.
Awesome. Well, I gotta help Dad, so I'll show you guys what it looks like when we're done. So just about 3 o'clock, and I'm gonna end the vlog here for today because it's pretty much too hot to do anything else. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please remember to like and subscribe, and as always, have a blessed day, everybody.